World Beat Center is going to do an award to the NAACP later on in the afternoon, so I'm going to just hang out with her for a while I'm here for a while, get something to eat. I don't know if the kitchen's open yet.
And Joy, if you can slide to your left a little bit, to your right, to your left.
Your left.
Which way?
Right,
Where are you going to be?
If I'm right in the middle.
You're in the middle.
Okay. So you can slide that way, and I'm going to slide in the middle. And you already live?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. All right. So we're already live. Those of you who are checking this out. You okay?
Yes.
Tell me that.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. I am Gary Peterson from the Temple of Loving Kindness. And joining me today, you already met Joy, my aunt from North Carolina, doing Kemetic yoga.
Oh, yeah.
Caribe.
Caribe. There's a group out here for the Earth Center, and one of the things they teach is Kemetic yoga. The term they use for it is the Medu term Caribe.
Okay.
All right. So you learned something today.
And we actually, through the 3 years I was initiating with them, we held our classes here at the World Beat Center.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
They contributed services back to Makeda as part of our payment for being able to use the facility.
And to my right is the president of the NAACP chapter here in San Diego.
Yes, sir.
And why don't you introduce yourself?
So again, my name is Clovis Honore. I'm the president of the San Diego branch of the NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. For you young people who don't know about this 110-year-old civil rights organization, we are the oldest civil rights organization in the United States of America. Everybody in America today who gets to enjoy civil rights other than those who have had them since the beginning, right? Because everybody had to be grafted in, because the folks who started this thing didn't include everybody when they talk about democracy and liberty and justice for all. The NAACP has been the premier organization that has gotten you those rights. You may remember a thing called Brown versus Board of Education that integrated the schools. That was the NAACP, among many, many, many other things that we've done.
So tell me, there's a lot of talk in the media.
Now we got the queen of the World Beat Center. You can't miss that.
We got the queen, and we're going live right now.
Darling.
So if you want to come down here, and come on down here, Makeda. Squeeze it in. And right over here, we got Makeda.
Come on.
You're really gonna have to, excuse me. I'm on work.
She's working hard.
Working hard, but our ancestors worked even harder.
Yes.
And we got to work hard. Because on the other side of suffering is success.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're not going to have success without suffering. And then we have to take charge of being our own business and define for ourselves who Kujichagulia, so we can and heal each other. With this sister, with the Kemetic yoga, it's so important. And it's not the Greeks and it's not the Romans that invented, or India that invented yoga. It's the Kemetic people of this planet.
Yes.
We've been doing yoga and martial art and all that, and medicine before anyone. So I want to say thank you to this incredible Kemetic sister and all my men in my life, because the brothers, uniting with the sisters is incredible, and we're gonna take it.
Yes.
We're going to take this planet
Earth. Yes, that's right.
So, it's so important. We need the brothers and the sisters united as one.
Yes. Thank you, Makeda. Love you, my sister.
Rastafari. Rasta every time.
All right, Sister Makeda. Queen Makeda. That's Queen Makeda. So going back to our president of the NAACP here in San Diego. Now, I start off with a question about civil rights.
Okay.
And we do civil rights for a lot of different organizations.
Okay.
With the gays, civil rights and these sort. But it all started. Tell us where it all started.
Well, this is 2019.
Yes.
And so for those of us who are looking at an African American history, we started 400 years ago when we had those first Africans who landed in Jamestown, who were British privateers, pirates, stole some Africans from a Portuguese slave ship, brought them to the United States of America as indentured servants, but eventually they got them turned into slaves. Right. And from that point forward, we have been dealing with this idea of civil rights. Interestingly enough, we need to recognize that 1619 was over 150 years before there was a United States of America. So they grandfathered slavery into this country when they created it. Many of the folks who founded this country, those so-called founding fathers, were slaveholders themselves. Right. And so we have been fighting as a people since we got here for our freedom. But once we were incorporated, watch carefully because you need to listen carefully again to what Makeda was saying. Once we became incorporated into this continent, into this country after the Civil War, Now, I didn't say we became citizens. We became incorporated.
Right.
We began looking at the fact that there was a Constitution, and the Constitution said we had certain rights. As people here, A, B, because we talk about immigration now, as people here, the census counts you. It doesn't matter if you're a citizen or not. So be careful what people are trying to say about keeping people out of the census because they're not citizens or asking a citizen question. That's part of what was being done 400 years ago to keep people out of their system. But we also look at now we're incorporated. So what comes with that? There comes certain rights with that. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness is a constitution. And for since 1865 and the end of the Civil War and our supposed incorporation through the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, we have not had all the rights we're supposed to have. Those are civil rights. The law says we're supposed to get some stuff. We ain't even talking about the 40 acre to meal. That's reparations. That's another conversation. So we're talking about what are the rights that we as people and again, it started with us in our context in terms of civil rights, but we're talking about civil rights for everybody. We're not excluding anybody. We're not cutting anybody out, but we want to make sure that people understand that it started with that enslavement, that so-called liberation, our so-called incorporation, and who is going to fight for us to get everything we're entitled to so we can actualize ourselves and become who we want to be, whether that means staying here or leaving, whether that means being incorporated, integrated, or finding our own path. Whatever that means, we're entitled to the rights that the government is supposed to give us so that we can make those determinations for ourselves. And that's what the NAACP has been doing for 110 years, is fighting to make sure that we have those rights. And again, the seminal thing that people will remember is what we call Brown versus Board of Education, or the desegregation of the United States school system, which led to the desegregation of so many other things that we fought.
Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the president. Yes, and we're so happy just to be here with you.
I'm honored to be with you.
Enjoying my aunt from North Carolina doing her comedic yoga. And it's an exciting day for Earth Day.
It is indeed. And we're here in San Diego. For those of you who don't realize, we're in San Diego, which is one of the most, believe it or not, one of the most progressive cities in America when it comes to the idea of environmentalism, but also environmental justice. Don't leave the justice out of environmental. So this is Earth Day.
Earth Day. And we're going to be having a great time today.
Indeed.
Woo! Lots of food, lots of vendors, lots of fun. And really, we're trying to bring awareness to the cultures. We're trying to bring awareness to everybody's culture, especially our own. Yes. And trying to help people to understand where we come from. Yes. So thank you all for joining. And you got any closing words?
That wherever you are, whatever you are doing, as this sister will help you better understand through your integration of mind and body through comedic yoga, we are here to produce ma'at. Justice. Whether it's civil rights and the NAACP, whether it's yoga and ma'at, whether it's just the sharing as brother is doing with the community, we are here to produce and promote ma'at, justice. Do your part.
Do your part. Joy, you got any last words?
No, I'm just grateful to be here. I think the ancestors are working really to bring in the harmony and natural balance also that is ma'at. So I'm grateful to meet you and to see that you both here. African brothers, so this is what it's all about, the unity that we are trying to create so that we can uplift and continue to bring awareness to our people. So.
All right, my brother, my sister, thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Hey, you guys hit over there too?
Yeah, we do. We got a lot of hits over there.
Let's go to work.
All right, now you get to go back to work.